Hi, everybody. Hello. Hey, Sue. Hey, Olga. Oh, okay. Why do you think I'm fighting with a cat? Okay. Oh, so yeah, we are starting the live, and I already need to catch up with the chat. That's cool. Actually, that's very cool. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. How are you? Hey. Ooh, hey, Christiana. Yes, I know. But it's only a few minutes, really. I wasn't fighting with a cat. I was looking for one of my tools, which I, of course, put in a safe place. So you know how it is. Um, yeah, but it's not too bad, right? Yeah. So, yeah, you know how it is. You always, yeah, there are chances that I will continue to look for tools on this desk just because I put it all together, and we'll see how things go. Um, but yeah. How is everybody? Hey, Vina. Ah, oh yeah, that's always true. Hi, Alcala. Uh, so yeah, I was running a bit before starting, so that's why I'm kind of like, oh, I'll need to kind of gather my thoughts and everything, but you know. Yes. It's always good to have a party in the comments. It's fun. Thank you everybody for that everybody that oh, hey Penny. Oh, okay. So that's a good time to relax then. Hope you can, settle down, relax a bit. Um and yeah, so thanks everybody for voting yesterday for the color. And the color that was chosen was this lovely blue. So I've prepared the paper. This will be the color of the dining room. And if you haven't identified it yesterday, then for all distress fans, it is the speckled egg color. It just because this paper has this pearly finish, so it's kind of nice and shiny with pretty details. And I did color it a bit unevenly because it's a haunted house. You don't need more reasons than that. Yeah. So that's a beauty, but actually today we're not going to work on the dining room. This is for the dining room. We are the main thing I want to do today is just a sec. I'll move to the full desk view. Old and ratty. Exactly. That's what we do. So yeah. And this is our um first floor. That was the what we've decided, or I decided, I don't know. And what we're going I will, by the way, glue the papers down at some point, I promise. I'm at that afraid to glue anything down spot. But what we're going to do today is we have the stairs, the fancy stairs from the Great Hall to the second floor. So this, I'm gonna try and show it. I swear I need like an extra camera or something. So these are gonna be like this. You can maybe see it. Ugh. See, as much as I love these windows and the light that they create, the shading they create, it's a little hard to see things like that. I might just have to bring the lamp closer. But they're going to go up here. And as you can see, when you put this floor, I hope you can see, I'll bring it up to the camera in a second. The opening here is where they reach this floor. So I'll tilt it a bit so you can see. Okay. This is the problem when nothing is glued. It never stays in place, but basically this goes up here. You can't see anything from this angle, of course not, because okay, I'll just bring it up to the camera. Let me see if I can hold it down. And so basically you can see that the stairs kind of peek from this opening here. And I did cut it, I made it a little bit bigger to this side, but they will reach exactly like the height of the floor. And if I remove this, then hopefully, let me just hold it down a bit. You can see, I can kind of bring it up to the camera and you can see they go all the way on this wall. And we have some space below the stairs here and some space here. And this brings us, hey Priscilla, and thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, it was a lot of kind of, trying to fit it. Oh, there. I think that from this angle you can kind of see what's going on, right? Pretty much. The shades from the windows are very dramatic. So yeah, so basically what we have is this kind of nice big stairs, and there's a platform where, they can stand and be announced when they come down to the party. And what I want to do today is actually add a banister to these stairs. But also, speaking of these walls, thank you so much. I have decided that I want this wall to be not a wallpaper, but thank you so much. I try not to stress all that, but it's honestly, it's just the fact that if I can't see on my screen, I'm assuming that you can't see, but apparently it works better on other screens than on mine, so yay for that. So on this wall, I want to do a mural. So probably the part below the stairs will actually be like wood panels and nothing like that special, but this part here, I don't know, maybe the mural will continue here a bit, and this begs the questions, what should we paint? So I have some ideas and I thought I'll ask you. I will post the list afterwards, but these are my ideas. So number 1, Omnius landscape. Thanks, Jess. So Omnius landscape, I mean, like something like a faraway village or something like that with just like dark sky, dark clouds, looking like stormy and yeah, just kind of grim and ominous. That's kind of the idea. The other option is having like a forest or wood trees and some like strange animals and birds being in them. Not in one mural. I don't think so, Penny. I don't think I can combine all of them. We might use the same ideas in other rooms in the house as well, in like paintings and stuff like that. The third option I was thinking about was something like a mythical scene Something from probably, I'm gonna just go back to half that for a sec because I want to see. Yeah, I feel that when I'm talking, it feels more like I should be here. Hello. So when I'm saying mythical scene, I'm thinking like, like something like a Greek mythology story or something, but something that will be weird about it. Like, um, I don't know, either like, choosing one of the less nice stories of like how someone killed someone, or I don't know, like a Pygmalion in Galatea, but Galatea is a demon. Things like that. Um, yeah, that's true. So I know also the thing is that like I really love the idea of the mythical scene, for example, but it does require a lot of details, and this is not a very big space. And also, it's going to be, if we're looking from here, it isn't going to be that visible. Like that's yeah, it's gonna be a bit hidden by the stairs and so on, just because of the structure of the house. So that is like the downside of doing something very detailed. It might be better here to think about something that is a little um, bigger or like more clear to what it is. Number four, just put a question mark because like if you have an idea that I haven't thought about, I would like to hear it. Well, I'm sorry, Sue. I don't know. Because okay, so my idea is that yes, this is a haunted house, but basically I'm thinking that the owners of this house have, well, I don't want to say that they brought it on themselves. That's kind of mean, but they probably have. Um, so they've done something. Like they maybe summon demons or spirits, and like I say, you play with fire, you get burned, and if you try to play with demons and spirits, sometimes you get haunted. That's just how it is. So I do want to have, and I like the idea that like there will be things in the house that are kind of uh, um, um, something that things that will point out to the fact that the owners of this house were not like just um, they were up to something. Let's put it this way. And in some of the rooms, it might be more clear, but in here, this is like areas that are public, people come in and see it. So they're not going to be completely, um, it's not going to be a painting of Behemoth, but but there will be something weird, things that can be hidden inside, or like something that if you at first glance, it's like, oh, that's just a beautiful forest or like beautiful landscape. But if you look at it again, it's like, oh wait, mm, that's a little iffy. So these are my ideas. Let me know if you have other ideas or which one you prefer. And also, so because this is, I will probably not really be able to do the mural painting live because it's very small, it's very detailed, which usually means that I'm like, if this is the paper, I'm like this distance from it, which is kind of hard to do live. So, but if you're interested, I can definitely record the painting process and just upload it as an edited video afterwards. So let me know about that as well. And now we need to start thinking banister. So let's get back to the workspace. Okay, I'll move this one back. There's so much on this table. Honestly, this is me. People, mess is my life. Haha. Okay, so just looking at the staircase. So what I want to do is basically place, little poles that go down on basically on this line and this line. And what I'm thinking of using is basically, I always forget what they're called, but it's kind of like the pins from jewelry making. Um, they look like tiny nails. Uh, you mean for the painting, Christiana? Yeah, that too. It would also take too long to do it live. So basically, I think I will use these pins. Yeah, they're made for basically for beading. And I can just, the thing is that, so you can use just pieces of wire, but these guys, they're a bit, they're strong, they don't bend as much as most craft wires, which is good for this case. And also the fact that they have this kind of flat head, it would be a great place to put something, probably a chain that will kind of be the banister itself. So I have several types of these pin pads actually. Okay, hi Kitty. It's just that Bastet just came in, looked at me, and walked out. Hey Peggy, nice to have you. Um, Nice to have you when you don't have to run back to work. I always do the live when you're working apparently. So yeah. So I think I can use these pins, and I'm not worried about color because it will all be painted afterwards. And I think I'll use these guys. So the other option, if I'll find them, I have too much stuff. Yeah. So I also have ones that have this kind of round head, which is really cool, like as a decoration. But I think it would actually, like when I'll try to glue something on top, it would actually make my life harder. So we'll use them for other things. Possibly curtains. That could be a great edge for a curtain. Yeah, we'll get to that. Oh, Okay, so I think we'll use these guys. And I'll have to kind of chop them shorter than they are, so I'll get my cutter out. But first, let's put a pile here. And for the top of the banister, I'm just going to use a chain, and I have a couple of options here. Stop falling. But basically, yeah, because this one is nice-ish, but this one here, for example, has this woven pattern. I don't know how well you can see here. Maybe if I'll put it on my nail and bring it up close. Let's see. Yeah, so it has this woven. Yeah, the flat top is much easier, I think. So this one is very thin, but has this woven pattern that could be cool. I think that for this banister, I might be able to use a thicker chain as well. Have some options here. So scale, Peggy. I am doing scale of whatever comes out in. So basically, I am this generally, I don't work with a specific scale on all my projects. So each one of my projects has, I just work with a scale that fits within this project. And this one, if you're talking about general scales, then I think it's somewhere between the Dollhouse 48 and the Tabletop Miniatures 35. So it's somewhere in between. It's not an official scale of anything. One of the benefits of, doing everything on your own is that you don't need to worry about scale. You just about being in a specific scale, like an official scale. You kind of work with whatever you want. So yeah, I think this one might actually be better because it's a bit thicker. But yeah, I think this one would fit the scale better than this one. But we'll also see, I think, more once we get the pins in. And with that, where is my... Okay. I brought, this is a cutter, but it's not the one that I usually work with. Let me just check that it's fine. I believe it is. Let's just make sure, and if not, I'll have to run and get the other one. So basically, yeah, that'll be a good height. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So this will be the height I will work with. And what I'm going to do is basically, I'm going to use these. So these are basically metal pins, I guess you could say. Like the top edge is very, very sharp. I got it ages ago in some thanks, Christiana. Yeah, I think that the chains really help. And of course, at the moment, there's different colors and it's a bit messy, but I'll paint it all with gesso afterwards and it'll all be one color and we'll be fine. Yay! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pin that basically, like I said, I found it in, or I got it as part of a kit from Fimo that I bought ages and ages ago. It's like a jewelry making kit, and that was supposed to be used to kind of make the holes for the beads when you make the beads. But these things are so very useful. I love them. So I'm just going to cut a whole bunch of these guys to the height that I need. I can actually count how many I need, I think, because I think that we'll just have like one here. Maybe we'll have two at the top. So the banister is actually, we just, yeah. Come here, Thor. What I plan to do is though, these stairs are going to come pop in here. And I think that I'm going to have the banister, like the same banister, continue a little bit here. But mostly, definitely we're going to need to have a banister around here because you don't really want people to fall, I think. Maybe they do. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I might have two on the first stair and then just kind of on each one of the stairs as we go down. So that's like 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Olga, it's an uneven number. Just letting you know. Ooh. What? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Not entirely sure what is fiddly. I mean, what you mean, Christiana? But many things are Findlay in my hands right now. Yay! Okay, so just cutting these guys and trying not to have them fly to the other edge of the room, because then I will not find them for a year. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just gonna cut a bunch of these. I don't know if I'll cut all the ones that I need, but because I'll need more basically from this side as well. And yeah. Oh, that one flew to the other side of the room. It was very exciting. And I'm trying to get them as, as much as I can the same height. It's not going to be exactly perfect, but that can also be fixed by just sticking them deeper um, into the gray board, which is, by the way, the material of the stairs, in case you were wondering. I have made so basically it was made the same way that I made the kitchen stairs the other day. Um, so yeah, just a lot more calculations in a way. Um, ooh, yeah, and perhaps I should say also that um, the same way that basically I did with the other stairs. I don't know if you can see it because I've already painted over it, maybe a little bit. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see that there are the stairs themselves, and then basically I use texture paste to to create to how do I put it? Just to block this area and straighten it instead of having the zigzag of the stairs, so it looks more well finished basically. It also obviously helps to stabilize the whole thing and make it more secure. um, it's one of the beautiful things about the texture paste, or the reasons that I used it and not how do you call it, the compound something, what you used to, yes, fill, the compound film, what you used to fill cracks in your wall. You can also use that generally, but it's much less flexible. And then it can be brittle. On the one hand, it'll be a lot kind of more stable, but because of that, if you kind of fiddle a bit with the stairs, it can be brittle and break. So the texture paste is very useful for that. Plaster, yes, exactly. Plaster compound. I have used it before in some things, because sometimes if you know that, if it really helps to strengthen things. Also, I have seen people mix it um, with PVA glue, and then it's more flexible. Um, but it's still, it's plaster, so it is more brittle, and texture paste. Well, also, honestly, if it was a bigger piece, I would have considered to do it, because texture paste is obviously a lot more expensive than this compound, but it's such a small amount that it was just not worth thinking about it. Um, and was easier to use something that is already ready. Yeah, 3D paste too. Just yeah, use whatever you have on hand that does that. It's really cool and very helpful. What kind of 3D paste would you use, Sue, out of curiosity? Mm, I think we have enough to start, maybe, because it's so, you know, fascinating to see me cut things. I know. Mm. Oh, Liquitex. Okay, cool. I don't work a lot with Liquitex because it's not that easy to get it here, but I have only heard good things about them. Okay, let's stab these stairs. So I'm gonna just, it's gonna be, I have hardened it with some Mod Podge and the paint, so it's not gonna go in that easily. But this is why I'm using these pins, because they're super sharp. So it does go through it all. I will do my best not to stab myself. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's just see that it's working. I think so. Yeah, I think it does fit, but it, we might need to, oh, don't do that. We might need to actually shorten it a bit because that is too high for the banister. And yeah, it definitely that's there, but that's okay. We'll fix it later. So yeah, I'm going to see, I should have tested it before because now I'm gonna have to shorten them all. Yay. Okay. So I'm thinking like this. Ooh. Oh, I'm in Israel. So yeah, a very different selection of things here. There are a lot of things I just order from the US. It's just a matter of like how um hmm. It's some things I order from the US and some things are just available here in shops. So it depends on what I can get basically. And I'm trying to decide if I think it's still a little bit too high. Just a bit. Yep. Okay. There are pieces of these things flying all over the place, I think now. Yeah, I think that would be a good height. Okay. So just to see approximately how much I need to remove from each one of them now. I'm not gonna do it all. Yeah, I think, okay. Okay. Uh, Shipping is always interesting here. It depends a bit. At the moment, I think that it depends what. Some materials are more problematic than others. The thing is that if it's things that are imported, I know that with imported things, we do have some issues right now. I mean, all the world has issues right now with shipping for various reasons. Um, I mean, they all generally are based in the corona issues, but still different manifestations. Let's call it this way. Um, but yeah, but if I'm buying, say, if I'm ordering from a shop in the US, it usually takes between, it can be anything between 1 week to a month. So, so it differentiates quite a bit. Okay, I'm gonna just to widen it a bit. I sometimes use a tiny drill for this, but in this case, it's thin enough to fit. Yeah. Keep worrying about the height because we're going to add the chain on top. What do you say? Is it still too tall? Let me just, too high, I should say. Okay. Putting this in. Now just try to, I don't know if you can, I'll bring it up. So this is like the height of this, and if we add the chain on top, I'm trying to stay in camera while doing something. Focus is not always my thing. Ooh. I think it's okay. I can also, you know what? I can also put it actually under the top if I'll have to. That would also work. So I think it's okay. Now, so I'm gonna start gluing them down slowly. As you can imagine, it's probably not, it's something that will take a while. Yeah, I think so too, Sue. I think the under would look better. But we'll also kind of see how it goes. Once it dries and it's stable, it's very easy to play with it then. Right now it's too fiddly. So yeah, I'm just putting some glue in, sticking it in place, and kind of I'm not really removing the glue with a toothpick. I'm actually kind of smoothing it down to sort of hug the opening, I guess you would say. And again, it's one of those situations when, yes, now when it dries, I will see the glue a bit, but once I paint all of it, I'll probably be black, either black or like that dark brown. Okay. Yeah, I usually the just dip the pins in the glue, but they're pretty short now, so it's a little hard. It's easier to just get some glue out and put it on it. Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge with working with this kind of size of miniatures. I mean, miniatures are small in general, so it's always a bit fiddly. But obviously, the smaller you get, the more fiddly it is. And this is not like, this is small, but there are actually much smaller miniature sizes, which I'm always just, I mean, even I'm at all, let's put it this way. And I'm used to working with small things. Um, I like working with small things, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess it's one of those things like each we all have patience for things that we really love and really enjoy. So you need to, there's a lot of things that I see people like all of you, all of the other crafty friends do that I'm like, nope, never. I would not be able to do that. And they're just enjoying it to no end. So I think that we all have a patience for what we love. And I happen to love miniatures and tiny miniatures at that. So apparently I have patience for this. I do not, for example, have patience for fussy cutting. Okay. Yeah, I think that this would look good. Hmm. Okay. This is gonna take a while. Um, so yeah, let me just see. Oop. So any thoughts about the mural? Any preferences about, yeah, between ominous landscape, weird forest, let's call it, or a mythical scene but evil? I do like the description. Um, I will say we will definitely have. I'm still not sure how I will do all of that, but I definitely want to have like in the next vote. So there's one more floor that I still need to build, and that one will have a study, and the study will definitely have like curiosities area. Um, and yeah, I'm still not sure how I will make all the tiny things for the curiosities, but by God, I will. Okay, so just I'm gonna add two on this stair because it's quite wide, I think actually. Hmm, yep, I think so. I think I'll glue these in. And in order not to bore you to death with this process, we might talk a bit about the hallway because this is going to take a while for sure. Let me try again. No, not an option. Ooh. Oh, mounted unicorn head. That's cool. Where did you find so did you find like a tiny unicorn or tiny horse and cut his head off? Ah, always fun. Um, okay. So, so we have a vote for Weird Forest. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I might need to kind of see what I can find in um in toy stores. I do have in if you've seen the former mention video where I did the little miniature inside a book box book. I don't know what to call it. One of those. I did use like a toy to have a deer head sort of on the wall. I felt very bad cutting his head off, but it was really cool. Uh, book box. Yeah, let's go with book box. I just, yeah, the main reason that I'm not sure how to call it is because it was a box. It wasn't meant to look like a book. I made it look like a book, so I don't know. Yeah, book box. Okay. Yeah. Um, okay. It's going. Ooh, it's when they near each other that it's hard. Like generally I would actually like the best way to do it is actually to let it rest for a bit between when I'm doing them this when they're this close to each other, to kind of leave it for a bit, let one dry and then add the next one, because otherwise they just fiddle with them constantly. These ones might be a little too close to each other, but I think it's okay. Yep. Yeah, cool. Okay. I made a book box. I am very happy with that. Okay. So let's see. Ooh, pretty. I'm always surprised by how fast this passes. Like, I always think, oh, I have a whole hour. I need to think of 12 things to do, and then I do half a thing during the hour. But that's normal, I guess. I might though, actually. Yeah, I think that actually put this aside for a bit. And I want to show you the hallway. We'll let this dry gently. And ooh, moving everything here. So, ooh, so much mess. So basically, my plan is to work on this area. That is the hallway, basically. And for the hallway, we have this color that it's brown with I guess it's kind of greenish when it's light, but it has this cool pattern that is cool. And this will be with these lovely wood panels that we've made. Ugh, so much mess. So this will be together on these walls, and I will be doing this the same way that I did the wallpapers on the first on the hall. So these guys. Um, so I did tint the layers that I'm going to work on, because then when you glue down the wallpaper, you can don't say it what out loud. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's an evil house. In an evil house, it's allowed to have this color. It's evil. Bad things happen here. So it's okay. That's my perception of it. Um, so, um, yeah, so I stained the walls because then when I damage the wallpapers, if something picks from underneath, it looks a bit, I wanted it to look a bit like maybe it's the plaster picking through or whatever, but not. I know, Kara, but we have one person here that does not appreciate this color. But I said it's I always said that it's like the perfect color for witches, so I don't see the problem. But that's me, and I will not say too loud because I will cause anger. So, just because I don't know if all of you were here when I did the first wallpaper. Um, I'll just do like a sample of how I do this, and we'll need a bit more space. Goodness, how is it that once you start, like you have all the space on your desk and you start working and it's all gone after 2 seconds? It's amazing, really. It's a type of yeah. So I'm cutting it into, I'm just marking, I've chosen to do 1.5 centimeters strips. And I'm cutting it this way so that so it would look more like wallpaper. And when I cut it, in this case, so there's actually very small wall sections, really, like of a continuation. Ooh, Olga, what are you working on? Um, and do you forgive me using this for the wallpaper? Uh, here's a big question for you. Um, so in this case, because it's such small wall space, basically, walls, I don't need to worry too much about continuation, but just in case, sort of thing. Okay, so that will be enough. Um, I'm just gonna cut a few pieces so we can do 1 or 2 sections. The the thing with these kind of shiny papers is that you do the markings and then you need to find the angle in which you actually can see them because they reflect the light. Oh, okay. Yes, I do. There is, I do mean the green. I was told that I should not say anything. That's an evil word. But I don't know. I really feel like that in this case, it really feels like an evil glow. Well, I mean, it's just beautiful paper in other contexts, but in this case, I will take it as evil glow. Okay, you know what? Hmm, where is the next mark? Okay, that's enough for now because I can't see the markings that I've done a minute ago. So yeah, we'll just take just coloring the edges. And it's actually useful to use this the markers or ink in general, because when I'll glue it, when I'll glue it and kind of how do you like tear the edges a bit, um, because it will be wet from the glue, it will react. The brown will react with the glue or the moistness, and that will actually help make things look dingy, which is where we're going. Okay, so I'll just do a quick little section. That's enough then for this section. And we need glue, a brush, and best friend. Just the dye pick, because it's metallic, it really works very nicely to um, how do you call it? Kind of disturb the edges, I guess you would say. And I do put definitely more glue than you actually need, but again, you I actually like it to work with it a little bit wet, because then it's easier to distress the edges. And I will say also that if this is depends on the paper you work with. This paper is actually quite thick, so it's not that easy to create the damages and tears in the sides. So just okay, there we go. Place it down. Hmm. And last piece here. And before anything can dry, I just take this and just tear a bit into the edges. And if it's exposed to the white, then sometimes I don't mind it, because it just looks, like a damaged wallpaper. That's fine. But you can definitely go in with inks and darken it afterwards. So, yeah. And I don't damage everything. In some areas, I do want it to look like it's perfectly placed, because damages are never even. And yeah, and on top of this, basically, so once it'll dry completely, I will cut this off. I prefer to do it after the glue dries completely, because then I will not have things moving. Hey, Annalise, how are you? Um, and this will be glued on top. I'm trying to think pattern-wise. I might actually, yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's glue it down. And I do have an edge here of the pattern, this part that I'm going to glue from inside, because I don't want to have it here. I want it to look like the pattern starts immediately. So I'll actually put the glue here, I think, just to have it here. And I generally find it easier to just glue it down and cut the extra afterwards. And yeah. But yeah, this is basically what the wall in the hallway would look like, which I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, like this. So, okay, I think um yeah, I was definitely hoping to finish more of the banister today, but I probably should have expected it not to happen. But yeah, I can already feel that these ones are more stable. And I will continue to just add the pins on each stair and down to here. And then when it's all dry completely, I can add the chain and have and paint it, and then have a beautiful banister that actually fits it. Shall probably finish by tomorrow, I think. And I'm thinking, so tomorrow I think we'll options. We can, so I don't know, if you want, I can continue a bit of the banister. Yeah, it's, well, detail work is apparently my thing with miniatures. Um, so I can, do all of these pins because you've seen enough, really. And add the chain tomorrow if you want to be around for that, or I can do that after. We can work on one of these rooms. So this is the parlor, this is the dining room. That still needs to, the dining room will also have some walls here, and there will be some stairs here, and there's a whole lot more to do. So if you have any preference on what we will work tomorrow, let me know. If not, I will, I'll figure something out. Because there's definitely a lot of options. I am aware of we are at the point that we're kind of repeating some of the things that I've done before, but this is just this stage because we need to, it's in half for my little house. Yep, that would be tubes for half. That sounds really cool, Sue. That sounds like you're having you're making a very nice and interesting little house, and I would love to see it. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Yeah, so we'll do something in the room, in these rooms, I think. But yeah, like I said, this is a part where I'm kind of repeating a little bit some of the things that we did because we need to have the base, like the walls and the floors and stuff before we get to furniture. So look for rain drains to hide. Ooh, nice. That's an interesting thing to do. Cool. I like that idea. Yeah, tubes are it's like when you work with small scale, it's always interesting when you need to find interesting ideas how to cover things and how to create things that are just because a lot of times even things that would generally fit a miniature would be too big for what you do. Oh no, but it'll be fun in the end, right? It's always like, yeah, I mean the detail work, it can be repetitive, but I think it's worth it in the end, basically, that you get an interesting space to work on. So yeah, I don't know. What if, because I mean, there is another floor to work on as well. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure what we'll do tomorrow, but we'll do something. Let's put it this way. And tomorrow is also it's going to be a little bit earlier tomorrow. Wait, yeah, tomorrow the live is at 5 p.m. I'm starting at 5 p.m. CT. Um, and remember that if you have any preference for the wall, like mural, let me know. I will also put it in. Oh yeah, totally, definitely always wire before you finalize floors and walls. Which I haven't done yet. But you know, that's why none of my floors and walls are stuck yet. Even though in my case it's also there will be another layer on the outside. So basically I can actually wire from the outside because that will be covered. Um I will post kind of the question about the mural in my social media as well. And I can also bug you about it tomorrow again. And yeah, if something comes to your mind that you would like to see me do tomorrow, let me know. If not, then it'll be a surprise. And I think we'll finish with this today. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. This was fun. And I hope you're enjoying the project and slowly finding out what's going on in this house. I think it's going to be interesting. And yeah, um, maybe a scene with a mansion on a hill. Yeah, that's with for the mural. Um, that would be cool. Like for the landscape, it might be something like that with something like a village or a mansion with dark clouds and dark sky and evil things coming. Okay. So, with that in mind, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I really appreciate you coming. Um, if you, uh, yeah, and you know, if you're enjoying this, then please do like the video and share it with people that might join us, because this is fun. And I will see you tomorrow, um, with more walls probably. We'll see. Thanks again, and I'll see you. Bye bye.